Hello Year 1, this is Miss K with your English lesson. Today you're going to have a go at writing the beginning part of the Owl Baby's story. I will show you how to do it, I will model it for you, and then you'll go off and have a go yourself. For this session, you will need to print out the owl border writing paper I sent through email, and you'll need something to write with, a pen or a pencil. Okay, let's get started. Let's start with the writing song.
Does it start with a capital letter? Are there spaces between the words? Does it tell the whole idea to everyone? Is there a question mark, exclamation mark, or full stop at the end? Well, if these four things are true, then your sentence is done. Does it start with a capital letter? Are there spaces between the words? Does it tell the whole idea to everyone? Is there a question mark, exclamation mark, or full stop at the end? Well, if these four things are true, then your sentence is done. Use a question mark if you need an answer to who, what, when, where, why.
And how.
An exclamation mark if you're excited or mad. And anything that needs explaining, use a full stop if you're just saying. Does it start with a capital letter? Are there spaces between the words? Does it tell the whole idea to everyone? Is there a question mark, exclamation mark, or full stop at the end? Well, if these four things are true, then your sentence is done. Yes, your sentence is done.
Okay, lovely. So we're going to write the beginning part of the Owl Baby's story, okay? So follow me. If you want to grab a pen or a pencil and piece of paper to scribble on and write your ideas, you can. And at the end of this, after I finish modelling, you're going to have a go at writing your beginning part on the owl bordered piece of paper. Okay, so we start with a capital letter. One night. Okay, because remember the story was set during the night time. Now this is a little bit boring for me. I want to use an adjective, a describing word, an adjective to describe the night. So we could have one dark night. We could have one cold night. You could also use one spooky night. I'm going to use one dark night. What will you use? One dark night, three owls. How do we spell owls? Let's sound it out. Owls. Owls. Three owls called. Now, what were they called? Do you remember? Shout the answers out. What were the owls called? Sarah, yes, capital letter because it's a name. Sarah, comma, Percy, capital letter because it's a name, and Bill, capital letter because it's a name. So far we've got one dark night, three owls called Sarah, Percy, and Bill woke up in the trunk of a tree. Oh, I want to, I think, describe the tree, okay? So we could have in the trunk of a tall tree. We could describe it as a gnarly tree. Or you could even say an old tree. Full stop, because that's the end of my sentence. So how will you describe your tree? Okay, so let's check my sentence so far. Let's read it together. One dark night, three owls called Sarah, Percy, and Bill woke up in the trunk of an old tree. Can you check it for me? Have I used a capital letter at the beginning of the sentence? Yes. Have I used a full stop at the end? Yes. Have I used finger spaces between the words? And have I used some adjectives? Yes. Dark night and old tree. Okay, next sentence. Remember, we're starting a new sentence as a capital letter. Owl, mother. Now, I've used a capital letter for our mother because that's what they call her. That's her name in this story. Owl, mother, was gone. I'm going to use an exclamation mark because it's a surprise. She's gone. Oh my goodness. So when we read it, we say it with a different voice. Owl mother was gone. And that's why we use the exclamation mark there. Now, what happens after this part? The children say something, don't they? So what does Sarah say? Where's mummy? Okay, so if we're going to use speech, we have to use speech marks, okay? We still need a capital letter. Where? Where's mummy? And it's a question, so what do we need to use? A question mark, that's right. And that's the end of her speaking, so we have to close the speech marks there. Where's mummy? Asked Sarah, capital letter for her name, full stop. And then Bill says something. What does Bill say? It's Percy actually. He says, oh my goodness. So speech marks. Oh my goodness. And he's changing his voice because he's shocked, he's surprised. So let's use an exclamation mark. And that's the end of him speaking. So speech marks to close it. Said Percy, capital letter for his name and full stop at the end. Oh, and what does Bill always say? I want my mummy. So let's write that. So he's talking, so we need speech marks. I want my mummy. Okay, comma there and then close it with the speech marks because that's where he stops talking. Said Percy, capital letter for his name and full stop. But was mummy there? Did she come back? But there, owl, mother, didn't. So didn't is short for did not. And because the O is missing, we have to use that apostrophe there. But there, our mother didn't come. Full stop. I'm going to stop there. Okay. So let's read what we've got so far. So this is just the beginning part of the story. Let's read it together. One dark night, three owls called Sarah, Percy, and Bill woke up in the trunk of an old tree. Owl mother was gone. Where's mummy? asked Sarah. Oh my goodness, said Percy. I want my mummy, said, oh, it's not Percy, is it? Good job for noticing. It's Bill, capital letter Bill. Thank you for letting me know. I want my mummy, said Bill, but their owl mother didn't come. So let's check this. Have I used capital letters and full stops? Sometimes I've used a question mark or an exclamation mark, haven't I? It depends on the sentence type. Have I used finger spaces between my words? Excellent. And did I use some adjectives? Yes, right at the beginning. Dark night and old tree. Well done. Okay, children, before you write this part of the story, let's go through the success criteria, the checklist. This is what I want to see in your writing. Capital letters at the beginning of each sentence, and at the end of a sentence, a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark, depending on the type of sentence you're writing. But don't forget, there must be some sort of punctuation mark at the end of the sentence. Use finger spaces between the words, and don't forget to use some adjectives to describe things to make your writing interesting. If you're using speech, if the characters are talking, use some speech marks just like I showed you. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is print out that owl bordered writing paper and write this part of the story. I can't wait to see what you write. Do send it in to me.